Before buying land in the east or anywhere in Anambra State, ask this one question: what is the zoning of this land? Because zoning can either protect your investment or destroy it. Now, what is zoning? Zoning simply means what a particular land is legally approved to be used by the government, because not every land is meant for every investment purpose. So every land in a particular location is not meant for every investment purpose. Every land in a particular location has been mapped out by the government for a particular kind of investment purpose. So you cannot build anything anywhere. There are 6 types of zoning. Number 1 is the residential zoning. Number 2 is the commercial zoning. Number 3 is the agricultural zoning. Number 4 is the mixed use zoning. And number 5 is the special use zoning. While number 6 is the industrial zoning. So let's start with the beginning. For the residential zoning, which might seem more familiar with you people, is the zoning that they usually use to build houses, estate apartments, and it is best for people who wants to buy and build or wants to buy to hold for appreciation purposes. While the other one, which is commercial zoning, is usually meant for shops, plazas, offices, hotels. That's where people who want to go into hospitality, that's where they should buy their land. So whenever you want to buy a property and the purpose of your investment is to go into hospitality, probably you want to own like a service apartment, or you want to own a hotel, or you want to build a plaza, or you want to build a shop, you should always ask the real estate consultant, what is the zoning of this land that you are selling to me? Because the zoning of the land will determine the kind of investment you are to make in that place. So number 3 is agricultural zoning. So agricultural zoning are property that has been specifically mapped out by the government for agricultural purposes. They are meant for farming and agricultural activities. Building a residential apartment in a property that has been mapped out for agricultural purpose can lead to demolition by the government. Let me give you an instance, like the case of the popular salesman Ola of Lagos, whose office was built under a high tension line. If he had consulted a real estate expert, he could have been informed that building or renting a property, a commercial property in a place that is under a high tension NEPA line is not safe to rent. He could have saved himself from that demolition. So my job here is to advise you that whenever you want to invest in a real estate property, you should always ask the consultant, what has this property been zoned for? Has it been zoned for residential purpose, agricultural purpose, or commercial purpose? So let's go to the next one, which is mixed use purpose. So in the aspect of mixed use purpose, it allows both residential and commercial use, and it is one of the most attractive for investors. If you are lucky to get a mixed use property where you can build residential and commercial, please utilize that opportunity. Now we have industrial zoning. So when it comes to industrial zoning, they are meant for warehouses, they are meant to build factories and plants, they are meant to build factories, they are meant to build warehouses. They are not suitable for residential living. Now if you notice, people that fall victim of that cancer is because they build a property in a place that has been meant for industrial purpose. So if you build a house and beside or around the vicinity there are industry there are manufacturing plants there, and you go build a house there, you will be a victim of cancer, because most victim of cancer is as a result of the fact that they built a house in a place that has been stationed by the government, even knowing and seeing that place there are factories there that they emulate smokes which can cause cancer in that environment, and they still go ahead and build a residential apartment there where people live, and people who live there become victims of cancer. So whenever you are to invest, always ask your real estate consultant, what has this property been zoned for? Because ignoring zoning is one of the biggest mistake most land buyers make. Now here's why zoning matters a lot. It determines whether you can legally build on that property. It affects property value and appreciation. If you build in a property that has been zoned for agricultural purpose, by the time the government is ready to invest in that place or start up an agricultural institute in that place, in a place that you went and built a residential apartment, the value of that your investment will diminish, and it will be bought at a very very cheap price. Knowing the zoning of a property prevents you from being a victim of government demolition like Ola of Lagos and Landmark. In like the case of Landmark, these were the people who fell victim to government demolition because they failed to properly check the zoning of that property. And zoning also helps you avoid buying restricted or future acquired land. This is one of the key reasons why you should know the zoning of a property. Because you will hear, oh, other people are building here now, other people are going to this place, people are buying land there, people are being housed there. That does not determine that it has been government approved for whatever you want to build. Because government approval comes first before building. Government approval comes first before building. So before I leave your screen, my final advice to you is that confirm the zoning, go to the land registry, consult a real estate expert, go with a lawyer. Always have your lawyer stand by, and always have a real estate expert. Work with professionals. I will always tell people, work with professionals. Work with a real estate consultant. Always work with a real estate consultant. Don't go buy an individual property without the consent or the guidance of a real estate consultant or a lawyer. Always work with them. And before you buy, always verify at the land registry. The land registry of Anambra State is situated at the Commissioner's Quarter. You can ask a few questions, or you can communicate with me with the number that is shown on your screen, and we will get you, an appointment at the land registry where you can properly chat if that your property is registered or what has that property been zoned for. Because in real estate, what you don't check can cost you everything. So if you want to buy a land with proper zoning and secured documents, let's help you invest right so you don't regret later. It's Leonard. See you on the next one. Have a nice day.